Hey, hi, welcome back on my YouTube channel. So, this is our chapter 09 of Electronic Health Record Blockchain based system using Hyperledger Fabric. So, we have seen a lot of stuff so far. We have seen the registering credentials, onboarding hospitals using MSP in our previous video, and then we got some errors in deploying chain code, right? So today we're this is the continuation of the chapter 08. So we first going to onboard the hospitals, onboarding the doctors, onboarding the our insurance companies, or onboarding our insurance agents, and then we're gonna deploy the chain code, and we're gonna see to we will first time see the interacting of with our chain code using Node SDK. So without further ado, let's get started. But please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Let's get started. So let's get started with our video. So very first, as you know, we need to set up our network, right? So let's do ls to check is my Docker up or not. Do Docker ps, and yes, Docker is not up. So we need to switch on my Docker desktop. Docker desktop. I'm using Docker desktop. You can use Docker CLI as well with respect to your comfort, but using Docker desktop is better, right? So, yeah, and one more important thing, you can find this repository, this complete code base in the GitHub. You might find that link in the description box. So feel free to check out the GitHub repository. Okay. So yeah, my Docker is getting up, and we need a commands to start our network. So here you can find to test network. Very first we need to get into my this fabric sample test network directory. So what we'll do, we'll go to the cd and then fabric samples and test networks. Yes, I get into my network. Okay, yeah, I know. Let me just first zoom in a little bit for better visibility to you guys. Okay, so yeah, uh, now it's too much zoomed in, I think so. Clear. Okay, now my Docker is up. Now we need to run our command to set up to start my network. So what is the command? This is the command, network.sh up, create channel, ca-s using couchdb. We'll use the couchdb ledger over here. So let's hit enter. Yeah, it will take some time to get started with my network. In meantime, what we'll do, I'll give you the walkthrough of what exactly we're gonna do in today's video. So in previous video, we already created the admin credentials using MSP, okay, and we created the credentials for org1 admin and org2 admin. Then we tried to uh, yeah, we created the credentials for, I think, doctor as well. We tried to onboard, but in deployment of chain code we got error. So what we gonna do here today, first we'll try to deploy the chain code. We'll do the complete process, and then we'll try to onboard, uh, again create my admin credential. First, using admin credentials, we'll create a hospital credentials, hospital 01. So hospital can, so there is very important key thing to remember here. We have two organization. First one organization is completely managing the hospital entity, and second organization is completely managing the operational entity like insurance and other data scientist and other stuff. And the first one, who is this one, like register organ admin, this admin is going to onboard my hospital, so they can onboard multiple hospitals in my ecosystem: hospital 1, hospital 2, hospital 3. So we will create a admin for each hospital: hospital 1 admin, hospital 2 admin, and hospital 3 admin. So hospital 1 can onboard their own doctors, and hospital 2 can onboard their own doctors, right? So that's how our chronology will work. So yes, my network is up now. What we'll do, uh, we'll try to deploy my chain code. Think I need to do little bit zoom out. It's too much zooming. So yes, let's go to the fabric samples. Inside fabric samples, I know where is. I hope you know where is the chain code in the fabric basics. Chain code JavaScript, lib, inside lib, and this. I hope you are not getting disturbed with the sound of the pretty birds, but yeah. uh, get all assets. So this is our chain code, EHR chain code. So I have already mentioned here comments. So, and I have updated the code little bit with respect to the proper standard where we can get the transaction ID and onboard the doctor. So before onboarding doctor, at the time of onboarding doctor, we're gonna check like role is hospital or not. Okay. So now we need to check what is my command to onboard the doctor. So here is readme.md. So deploy chain code, and let's grab this command. You can find this in readme, and let's try to hit this command over here. So yeah, again it's gonna take some time. In meantime, let's head towards our server node SDK. Server node SDK is the another separate stuff where we are writing the scripts to onboard org one admin. So just try to understand the chronology. Let's start. I'm explaining it again. Org1 admin is the highest credential or highest privileged authority. So they're gonna onboard hospitals. They can onboard multiple hospitals within their organizations, and then org2 can onboard the multiple insurance or another operational entities within their organization, right? And then hospital one will onboard the doctors. Okay, so just remember this thing, because at the time of execution, this gonna help. This understanding matters a lot, right? So once my network is up, here is one thing. Here's one catch actually. Now you can see my network is up. I'm deploying the chain code. Network and chain code is two different things. We can deploy multiple chain codes on top of my network. So as of now, there is my network is up and ready. I can see CA order one, CA order one, CA order. So yes, my chain code is also getting ready. I can see the container. So in this situation, okay, perfect. I think we are all good. We are all set, and we are good. But there is one key point to remember. If before deploying my chain code, I can onboard the admin on my network, because my network is up, my organization is ready. So I can onboard I can create a credential for admin, and I can onboard the hospital until and unless in the script you are not using chain code. That's the prerequisite. Okay, if you are using chain code is in your scripts, then you first need to deploy the chain code, and then only you have to use the script. So in this, just pay a little bit attention over here. In register org1 admin, we are not invoking chain code. Okay, just we purely creating the X509 identity certificate for my admin with admin privilege. And then using this admin, what we gonna do, we are onboarding the hospital. We are onboarding hospital with the role hospital. You can see we are giving them specific. The role is hospital and the UUID as hospital 01. Okay, so and their name is hospital 01. My credential name is hospital 01. Remember this. So we are using here, you can see hospital admin. I'm using hospital admin to onboard this. And how I'm generating this hospital admin, this is my org1 is nothing but the I'm creating here put is this, when this is the name of my credential, this will create. So as of now, let me remove my wallet. This is the previous credential. Let me delete this one. Delete it. So we're gonna create a fresh one. Okay, so to do so, what we need to do, we need to change our directory, and now we need to go into server node SDK, because my script is in server node SDK ls. So now first we'll do register org1 admin. Yep, perfect, it's got registered. I can see it here. Hospital admin got registered. Now I will go to the switch to the hospital 01, where I am now. This is the admin of my whole organization. Now this hospital admin can onboard the one specific admin, a specific hospital in my ecosystem. Now it's up to you what type of naming convention you are giving. It could be the scenario where one organization itself can act as a one hospital, or either one organization can act as an admin of multiple one district or multiple district or state. It's up to us how you are defining the topology, right? As of now, we are considering like my organization, like infra identities, the admin of my multiple hospitals. So I'll onboard the hospital now. So to onboard hospital, node register, no, sorry, not register, onboard. We need to onboard a hospital 01. Now let's go ahead. Yes, I can see I got my credential. I got the hospital 01 onboarded. Now the important part here. So here in onboard doctor, in onboard doctor script, what is happening? Let's go through it a little bit. So here is happening two things. First one, we are connecting with our normal with the YAML file of my org1, getting the credential using hospital admin. Like now we have freshly created hospital admin as a 01. Using that hospital admin itself, I am creating the doctor certificate and all those things. I'll get created, and then using this, once I've created, now what two thing is doing hospital admin. First one is onboarding doctor, and then second thing is they are uh, registering this doctor in ledger as well in my blockchain. To register that, what we are doing, we are using the gateway to invoke my chain code. I'm passing this identity hospital 01, this hospital 01 identity I'm passing, and then I'm connecting with my channel name is itself is my channel, and then we are connecting the our chain code. You can cross check the chain code name here in your container. So where is my container? Yes, here the container name is, you can see this is my chain code name, EHR chain code, right? So here the same thing we are passing, EHR chain code, and when we deploy the chain code at that time also we'll get the chain code name in the logs. So now what we are doing, we are registering the doctor in my blockchain ledger. So there we are passing the doctor ID, hospital name, from which hospital they belong, what's the doctor name, and the city. Okay, so we pass these details. Rama and city belongs to Pune, and then we will do the submit transaction over here. So while submitting transaction, so remember this thing, this is nothing but my smart contract method. I'm trying to trigger here smart contract, or you can call it as a chain code. I'm trying to trigger my chain code over here using onboard doctor function. This is the onboard doctor method I'm calling from my chain code with these details: doctor ID, hospital name, and then city. Okay, so once we have done that, the second thing what we are doing, we are evaluating the transaction. Evaluate transaction is here to call the my get operation. So whenever I want to read the data, there is two type of operation always. There is a one write operation and read operation. When I'm doing the write operation, at that time I'm going to use the submit transaction. Whenever I'm doing any read transaction, read operation, at that time we'll do the evaluate transaction. So to get the all transaction is the function from our chain code. I'm triggering that and getting all the data from my ledger. Remember that. Okay. So now let's try to hit this operation or hit this query. Just look to clear node onboard onboard doctor. Okay. Let's see. First it will create a credential. Yes, credential got created. Now yes, perfect. So you can see my transaction got submitted here, onboard doctor success, and here in get all assets I can see these yeah, operation got performed. And for cross check purpose and for debugging purpose, you can check the logs of your chain code container always. So here you can see state transfer to establish, you can see successfully registered new node, and you can see some onboard doctor result, some buffer is got here. So you can see record ID, this got registered here in my channel. So all the transaction, whatever operations we are doing, you can perform, you can see, you can track it over here in your container registry. So it's good. Now we have did our end-to-end operations, from setting up network, from creating our chain code, from deploying our chain code, and then invoking our chain code and getting the data from my ledger as well. So this data is nothing but this data is coming from my ledger. You can see with the record ID, this is not the transaction ID which got generated in my blockchain. So now we have did for hospital. Now let's try to do it parallelly for insurance agent. Okay, so we have did for one thing. Now let's try to do it for another one. uh, 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 uh. Now let's try to check my or node uh, register org 2. Is there anything I need to change? Let me just check. Let's review the insurance admin pw is credential is correct. uh, am I passing here org 2 here properly? Yes, previously I was using org 1, here now I'm using org 2. Let's hit enter. Perfect. So credential got created for insurance admin, right? So now we'll use this insurance admin uh, to register the insurance company. Perfect. So we need to create another, you can say, we'll copy this onboard hospital one, and we'll use this. Let's do copy first for onboarding companies, insurance company. So let's rename this one. Oh, insurance company. Okay. So now insurance company is responsible for onboarding insurance agent. Okay. So now uh, this is the onboard insurance company using org one admin, insurance admin. What are we gonna do? We'll create an insurance company. Okay. So what we need to do? We need to very first change wherever we will find org one. We'll change it to org two. Just always remember to do this very carefully. If you do any spelling mistake here and there, your script is gone. So you need to debug it in a very great way. So this can happen to me as well. So finger crossed. Let's see. I hope anything is bad not happen. Yeah, one more organ is here. So let's try to match their complete syntax. I know we can do it directly, but I'm just trying to find if there is any another repetitions over here. But it's only one repetition. Okay. Now, mm, what we need to do, we need to change the details. We have did this. Enrollment ID is like, let's give this insurance one. Company 01, insurance company 01, client role. And then here we can say, okay, now here, what kind of role we need to give. So to verify role, we'll check once, cross check our chain code, like what role they are expecting for onboarding. You can see this is the method we have called onboard doctor. Now we are trying to onboard insurance. In insurance they are asking for insurance admin as the role. So we can give, yeah, so let's copy this one, and in our register or onboard insurance company, they need this type of role, so we'll give this. So here I must say, here is a slight mistake here. Insurance, the role should not be insurance admin. Here role should be the insurance company or something like that, because admin is cannot going to trigger your uh, org admin is not going to trigger your chain code directly. Using org admin, you have to create a users, and that user will going to create your trigger your chain code, and that user can perform any kind of role. So that's how I'm giving here role. Okay. And so this is the value of uuid, whatever you want to perform. So we can do one more thing here, just simply do hospital, and then instead of hospital 01 we can pass insurance company 01. Okay, now let's see if there is any. Yeah, perfect. Insurance company 01, it's the credential name. And I hope I changed the hospital admin. Now instead of hospital admin, we need to give this credential which we recently created, insurance admin. Okay, using insurance admin we are going to create an insurance company 01. I hope my credential is good. Yeah, again here is the one. So let's find this repetition as well, that's better. And then replace it, insurance admin instead of insurance admin, we'll do insurance admin. Okay, is there anything called related to hospital? Any repetition? Any single one? No. Perfect. I think now we are good to go. Let me cross check again. Yeah, we are good. We renamed it as well. So now we need to do run onboard insurance company. Okay. What happened? S-U-A-O. Spelling mistake. Okay. Not sure. Yep, my credential got created successfully. Now, what we need to do? Now we need to onboard insurance agent, and we'll trigger the chain code as well along with that. Okay. So now let's jump to our onboard insurance agent script here. So okay, we need to update the script in a lot of better way. So now let's observe the script here. Very first, let's see the organization name. Organization name is org1. So let's do first activity this. Let's update this to org2. Or either, I'll do one thing. Let's do one thing. Uh, let's go to the onboard doctor one, because this is script is similar. So grab the onboard doctor completely, and then we'll go to onboard insurance agent, and then we'll do control A, control B. Okay. Now here what we'll do, instead of doctor 01, we'll do insurance agent. Okay. Control F. We got 14 repetitions. Wow. Oh, at least syntax. We need insurance agent. Okay. Insurance agent. Let's say 01 only. Uh, okay. Mhm. Let's do this first. Insurance agent 01. His name is also Rama. It's better. Now let's check hospital 01 instead of hospital 01. Control F. Hospital instead of hospital, we'll use our company, right? We'll use this credential which we have just recently generated. So we'll use this one. Use this one. Yeah, chain code will remain same. Same. Onboard doctor will check the function name. What is that in from chain code itself? And let's look good. So instead of org1, now I just find org1, or we need to give org2. Oh, sorry. Org org2. Just replace org2. And again, I can see hospital admin here. So instead of hospital admin, so what was my this one? We'll give insurance admin. Okay. Insurance. So what we are doing, insurance admin. Yeah, perfect. So anything else missing? Let's check it again. Point it to org2. Point it to insurance admin. Insurance admin is creating the insurance agent certificate, and then using the insurance company. Uh, insurance company is insurance company has a insurance admin role, so they are going to trigger my chain code. Now inside that, what is the parameter we need to pass? We need to check parameters, and then we need to check the method, which method we need to call in from the chain code. So this is my chain code. Yeah, onboard insurance, first we need to give agent ID. Okay. So onboard insurance agent we need to give, instead of doctor ID, we're gonna pass agent ID, right? And then agent ID is this one, like, and then what's my second insurance company, we need to pass what's the insurance company and name and city. Okay, and onboard insurance is the function name. So it's the company, insurance company, we need to use insurance company. Name city will remain same, and then we'll change the city to Amravati. Okay, perfect. So now check the function name. So function name is here onboard insurance. This is the method we're gonna call, and you can see here we are checking from org to MSP, and from org to MSP we are passing checking the role as insurance admin. Okay, so yeah, let's check that as well. I think we have not checked the MSP here, so let's go up. Yeah, it's MSP mentioned here org one only, so you have to make sure that it's org two. Okay, I don't think so. There is a multiple repetition of MSP, but let's check. It's better to cross check. It's only one. Better. So I think we are good. Here we will give agent, and then uh, yeah, we are good. So now let's see one more thing. Now here what we are doing, we are calling the chain code with respect to the function, or from their function name, and then we are getting the data as well, and we are passing the data in variable itself. But we can create a Node.js APIs as well for the same script, and there we can, using the API, we can pass this data from my postman, or from the body request body, and then we can trigger it the functions for multiple things. So that's how we're gonna do it for upcoming videos as well. So now let's try to run my node onboard insurance company. No, not company, sorry, it's, we're gonna onboard insurance agent. So for the best, now we got some error over here. Failed to register user. This no valid response from peer. Imported the wallet. Yeah, insurance agent is got created, but there is some error in the transaction. Insurance agent 01 Rama already registered by insurance company 01. Yeah. Okay, so now let's try to run our script again. So there is a small glitch in our chain code logic. That's why I need to, update my chain code and run my network again. So what I did, so here you can see our, when we are onboarding doctor, it's working completely fine. So there is a mismatch in this particular logic when we are fetching the JSON array from my ledger and comparing, like, is that ledger is empty or not. So here previously, yeah, at this point exactly. So here I was using the OR operation instead of AND. So, and then this is not equals to greater than zero. It is like the equal to zero or something like that, not equal to zero. So that's how we have updated our logic, where, like, insurance, so whatever the JSON object, so what exactly we are checking here, we are getting the state from the agent ID, and we are checking, is there any object. If that object is greater, is, they are fetching the array of list of items, and if that array is greater than zero, it means we got our record and it's already existing in our ledger. If it's not, then we'll simply print insurer agent is already registered on the ledger. Okay, so now let's try to run it our script again. So the last script is what we are trying to run is like onboard our insurance agent. Okay, we already onboarded the previous credentials, like doctor, hospitals, and then insurance company and insurance admin as well. Insurance admin and then insurance company using admin. Now using insurance company, we gonna run the script onboard insurance agent. Okay, so now simply node onboard insurance agent. Okay, see, the same time, yes, we are invoking chain code as well. We now it's not giving any error, perfectly onboarded. And you can see here we onboarded the insurance agent 01 with the name, city name as Amravati, then insurance company, and then insurance ID, name Rama, and so on and so forth. But at the time of when I get all assets, you can see it's getting two different records. First one is my doctor record, which is we all onboarded earlier, and the second one is my agent one, right? So here we go. We are good with invoking our chain code as well. We are successfully able to get my records. Now, one add-on thing we can do. So what's our next step now? We were able to get the data properly and invoke these transactions, right? And this is my transaction ID, we can say, with respect to both transaction IDs are different because we are generating transaction ID at a time of record, when we are passing it as record ID, that you can verify in our chain code. Generate record ID, if you go to definition, you can see I'm getting the transaction ID. I'm using transaction ID and appending that particular transaction ID with my record hyphen transaction ID. Okay, so that this is all about this video. So now what is our next step? Next step is to convert all this logic in API. So we want to onboard doctors. Now next step is to create a patient and then create a patient record, give access to the doctor to update their patient record, and so on and so forth. So all those things we're gonna do in next video. Till that point, see you there. Bye bye. Jai Hind.